What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to our next live duel here on the channel. Today we're bringing you a feature match from the Dragon's Lair up in Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to those guys for allowing me to come up there and film their feature matches. Today we've got a very fun match between Xeric and Noah. This is Heroes versus Swordsoul Tenyi, and we're going to see who can come out on top. So again, shout out to those guys for allowing me to come in and film for them, but we are going to jump right in today's duel. It looks like Xeric actually ended up winning the dice roll, so he's going to choose to go first, and we're going to see what he is doing. Now I do see that he is playing Heroes, so we're going to see a discard of Malicious, activating that Ferris effect to special summon itself, and then he's going to activate the effect of Ferris to equip a hero monster to the spell and trap zone right below the Ferris. He is going to go ahead and equip the increase, and we're going to see some flying OTS packs come flying in there. Pretty interesting stuff. And we're going to see what he has going on. We are going to see an activation of Rhoda here to add a level 4 lower warrior to hand from the deck, and we're going to see what he adds. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the actual first time that Xeric has ever been to this locals, his first in-person matches. Prior to this, we've actually been having remote duels because the shop actually wasn't open for live duels or anything like that, so I'm happy that we're actually going to be getting into the live duel area in the Omaha, Nebraska area at the Dragon's Lair. We are going to see a increase effect, tributing that Ferris to special summon itself, and then activating the effect to add what he is going to get hit by that Ash Blossom, it looks like. So Ash Blossom is going to negate that effect to special summon a hero from deck. So unfortunately, he is not going to be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and see what he does next here. That Ash Blossom coming in clutch, obviously. We're going to have to see what he does next. We're going to see an activation of the Reasoning, and Noah actually calls level 4. So we're just going to see, and the first card that is brought out from the Reasoning is that level 4 Vion. So it is going to get sent to the grave, so he actually gets nothing out of that Reasoning. Now I know that level 4 is the most commonly called level in Reasoning, so that is understood. Just unfortunate that it hit the Vion right away. Alrighty, so up next, let's see what he's going to be able to do here. Hopefully he can do something. He's been hit by the Ash already. We are going to see a normal summon of the Stratos. So Stratos is going to be normal summoned, activating that effect to add another hero from the deck to the hand. When it comes to hand traps, I usually like to try and bait those out. So I would probably normal summon, or activate that Rhoda first to try and hit that Ash Blossom, because that's probably going to get hit first. He is going to add the adjusted gold to hand, though, from the deck off the Stratos. But I would like to try and draw that Ash Blossom out as soon as possible, either with the Rhoda or with the Stratos, before I go into the increase, just so I can get that going and make sure that it doesn't get hit. But that is just me. Alright, let's go ahead and see what's going to happen next. He does have that adjusted gold hand. I believe he has another Ferris as well. So next turn he can do the same play with the increase if he really wants to. It kind of just depends on how he's feeling. Let's see what he does next. He can go into some links here, or some fusions, depending on what he wants to do. He does have that adjusted gold in hand, so we'll have to see what he does. Alright, so we are going to see the activation of that adjusted gold, discarding it to the grave. That way he can add the Dark Calling to hand. Pretty good card right there, that Dark Calling. I remember when I was working with the heroes, I had to look through a whole bunch of my comments to try and find that. Alrighty, let's see what he does next. And if you guys have not already answered the question of the day, at the end of the episode of every single one of our videos in the month of July, we are doing a question of the day. You can answer that and be entered into a giveaway to win some packs out of the brand new set coming out. Maybe get some of them sprites or them Terralites. We are going to see an activation of the Dark Calling. He's going to summon out that the Malicious Bane, it looks like, using the adjusted gold and the Ferris. And if you don't know what adjusted gold does, or Malicious Bane anyway, Malicious Bane is going to not allow you to be, or it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And it looks like our camera's going a little crazy there. Hopefully at some point it does get corrected. I'm not anywhere near the camera at this point. I'm on the other side of the room getting mauled by the Rundries at this current moment. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what happens next here. He could go into some links possibly. I'm not sure what else he has in his hand. I believe he has the Ferris, and I'm not sure what else. That might be the only card in his hand, it looks like, actually. Alrighty, that might be the end of his turn there, unless he goes into some links. We'll have to see. He also doesn't know what Noah is playing either. So I believe we are going to see a pass turn there, ending on that Malicious Bane with the Stratos and the increase, and we're going to see what Noah can do. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be seeing a summon of Moye, and he's going to be revealing that Longwan to special summon a token. So let's go ahead and get that out on the field before we do anything else. Next up, we're going to activate that Longwan effect, discarding the Ashina to special summon the Longwan and get himself another token. So he's getting a lot on the field right away, but he hasn't Synchro Summoned yet, so we're going to see what happens when he does that. He's going to banish the Ashina to special summon one worm from the deck. Let's see what he specials out here. Looks like it's going to be the Adhara, I believe. Now his entire field is full already, so he's going to have to start doing some stuff. We'll see what he does. So it looks like he's going to grab the Moye and the first token that he summoned. And he's going into a Baxia. Baxia's effect is going to shuffle that Malicious Bane away, so it can't be destroyed by card effects, but it sure can get shuffled away real fast. So that's a pretty easy thing to do, clear that out of the way. That way he can do some major damage. Alright, so from there he's going to be Synchro Summoning the, looks like the Adhara and the long one out. Let's see what it goes into here. Into a Yazi. Now Yazi on the summon is going to be able to pop, so he's going to get rid of that increase and himself. So he'll target one worm, I believe is what it was, so himself, and then the increase destroy both, and then Yazi's effect, because he was destroyed, he's able to special summon. So pretty nice way to continue pushing through and not ever have to worry about running out of card advantage. So with Yazi's effect engraved, once it was destroyed, he can special summon a worm. Looks like he's going to be special summoning out the Taya. Swordsoul Tenyi is going to be his target. Now Taya's effect can activate, banishing the Adhara to special summon a Swordsoul token. So he has another token on the field, so he's got two tokens, as well as that Baxia and the Taya. So let's see what he does next. Looking through that extra deck, we're going to see what he can bring out. He hasn't gotten into any Swordsoul synchros yet, so I'm guessing he's going to be pushing for game here instead of setting things up. He didn't go first, so usually when you go first, you try and set up those Swordsoul negates and whatnot with the Barone de Fleur and the Swordsoul synchro. So it looks like he's going to synchro summon again here. Looks like he's going into another Baxia, destroying that Stratos, so that's pretty nice. Actually, the Baxia was supposed to shuffle it back, so that's kind of a mistake there. But either way, I don't think it's really going to make a difference. Okay, now Baxia's effect is going to be activated here. This will be destroying the token on the field, or the worm on the field, I should say. And then specialing back the Taya, I believe. Unfortunately for us, this room is kind of compact. There were a total of 32 players at the event, so it got kind of loud. So there is the destruction of that token there, and special summon back of the Taya. And that is actually why I'm commentating instead of letting them talk, is because it was so loud in there, it's kind of hard to tell what was going on. There were people playing right next to them at table too, so it's kind of rough. But we'll get through it here, and hopefully my commentating is okay for you guys. Alright, so we are going to see a Link Summon. Now, he can't actually go into that because he doesn't have any more of those tokens on the field, restricting him to only Synchro Summons. Looks like he's going to be going into the Shaman. Now, Shaman's effect is going to be activated. Now, it's a 1600 monster. He does have an effect where he can discard to special back, I believe, a worm from the graveyard. So let's see what he's going to be doing here. So it looks like he is going to be discarding the Long Wand from hand to special summon the Baxia back out. So now he's got Shaman and 2 Baxias on the field. We'll have to see if he brings anything else out, because I don't think this is quite game just yet. Alright, so he's just going to go ahead and enter his battle phase here and attack with both Boxes and the Shaman. So that's 2300 times 2 and the 1600 from the Shaman, bringing Xeric down to 1800 life points. So close, just not all the way there yet. I would have preferred if he actually got to OTK there, but it was fine. So after he took damage, Xeric is going to activate the increase effect, putting it back into the Spell and Trap zone. Main phase 2, we've got no activating Swordsoul Emergence. So that's going to add another Taya to hand, and then he's going to follow that up with activating a Pot of Desire. So he just wanted to add the cards that he needed to his hand prior to banishing those 10, that way he didn't lose anything that he might need later on in the match. So after he banishes those 10, he'll get to draw his 2. Banishing those was pretty smooth, he just pulled those right off the top. Now when Pot of Desires at 2, I always thought that I would be drawing into a second Pot of Desires, so hopefully he doesn't get my luck there. And looks like he's going to go ahead and pass turn there. So we're going to see if Xeric can pull anything out of the hat to try and stop Noah from taking game 1. We are going to see an activation of D-Force though. So D-Force is going to add the Destiny Hero Plasma from deck to hand. It does have some additional effects on the field as well. It is a continuous spell that will go into effect if he does end up getting that Plasma on the field. So we'll have to see if he does get that. Now he has the Plasma and I believe a second Ferris. So he could discard the Plasma to special summon the Ferris, I believe. And then Ferris effect to attach one. He doesn't have anything on his field to stop anything, I don't believe, with the Boxius or the Shaman. So that would be kind of a good play there. We don't really know what's in his hand. Oh, I forgot that he had that Malicious engrave, actually. Okay. Forgot that he had that engrave. So we're going to see... Let's see here. I'm guessing he's going to... Yep, he's activating that Malicious engrave effect. So that's going to banish itself to special summon a Mali from deck. Oh, and then he can use it. Okay, yeah. So increase effect will tribute off that Mali to special summon itself, so he can use the effect of special summon. And he's going to get hit with another Ash. That thing is devastating. We do need to get something in that deck to stop that. Call by the Grave, or we need to get some cross-up Designators just to stop those Ashes, because those are putting in a lot of work on Noah's side and just creating some havoc. So you're going to see a tribute summon, actually, of the Ferris in hands. We just lost that Plasma. He didn't use that to special summon the Ferris. He just tributed right over that increase to get that effect. Now Ferris can actually equip one, I believe, from the deck, even if it wasn't special summoned. Someone will have to double check that for me, just to make sure that is correct. But I believe... Let's see here, what's he gonna do? Okay, yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and call game there. I don't think he could really do much with those Baxies in the field. He was just gonna push for game 2. So let's go ahead. We're gonna jump into game 2 after they shuffle up inside out, and we'll see what happens next. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe. We are going to be doing many more of these live duels, a lot of them coming out of the Dragon's Lair. I'm not sure I'm going to be self-commentating them all. Hopefully now we can get the audio figured out there. But we are going to be jumping into our second game of this match, and it looks like Xeric has chosen to go first again. Hopefully he can build a board that this time Noah can't break through. But let's go ahead and we'll see what he does with his opening hand. I do believe I see a Ferris in hand, so that can come in clutch, depending on what else he has. I also see... Was that an emergency? Okay, so he's going to activate the D-Force first, so he's going to get that Plasma to hand right away. That way he doesn't have to worry about anything else. That could have also drawn out the Ash Blossom, so that could have been a big factor when he activated that effect. That way he could draw out that Ash Blossom prior to doing that Ferris play, because I know that increase getting hit by the Ash Blossom last game was detrimental to his cause. So let's gonna see, we got in, what is it, the YuGiOh or whatever card, it's gonna add one, I believe. And he's gonna let that go through too. So again, lots of adding here, trying to draw out an Ash Blossom, try to draw out a Droll Lock, anything to try and draw anything out. So he's gonna add the Shadow Mist to hand here, okay. So he's got a Shadow Mist as well as a Ferris, the Plasma. I'm trying to see what else is in his hand. Alright, so he's going to discard the Shadow Mist here to special summon that Ferris. So he's going to do Chain Link 1, Ferris, Chain Link 2, Shadow Mist, I believe. So Shadow Mist is going to add a hero to hand, he's going to add the Stratos, and then increased effect is going to attach one. So he's got a Stratos, the Plasma, and a couple other cards in hand that we aren't quite sure of just yet. He still needs to attach with the increase though, so we'll see when he does that. Alright, so he's going to activate that, or I guess it's already been activated. He's going to attach the increase, or equip the increase to the Ferris. Now here's where I would probably normal summon the Stratos to try and draw out anything that could happen in his hand, but he's going to activate that increase effect again, tributing off the Ferris once Noah gets done reading the card. Alrighty, so he's going to tribute off that Ferris effect, activate the increase to special summon 1 from the deck. It's always a good play there. Looks like we got some confusion on which effects are activating from which cards, but we can get that figured out right away. Alright, so he's going to be activating that to special summon the Ferris, and he's going to get hit with another Ash Blossom on the activation of that increase effect. He really needs to get some crossbow designators or something, or he needs to draw out that Ash Blossom later on. The fact that he let that D-Force through, as well as the YuGiOh card to add the Shadow Mist, is crazy to me. He just let all that go through because he knew that that Ferris was going to be happening, or the increase was going to be happening. So the fact that he let all that through was very good self-control on Noah's part. So we are going to see a normal summon of the Stratos here. Stratos is going to add 1 from the deck to the hand. Now, if I was Zarek in this position, I probably would have normal summoned the Stratos first to add before doing the increase play. That just gives him another chance for Noah to activate that Ash Blossom prior to him doing the Ferris into the increase play. But he let all that go through just so he could hit the increase, and we're going to see if that pays off in the end for him. So let's see what Zarek is going to be adding off of the Stratos here. So Stratos is going to be adding the Dusted Gold, so he's going back for that Malicious Bane play, I'm guessing. So we are going to see a Miracle Fusion actually be activated here, banishing the Shadow Mist and the Ferris. And that's going to be going into what? Oh lord, do you think I'm going to know what that card is? That is the Elemental Hero Escuridiao, I believe is how you pronounce that. Don't quote me on that. That is not probably the pronunciation of that, but we're gonna see what that does. Oh, there's the camera moving back for me. Thank you very much. So he's gonna activate that Adusted Gold, discarding it to add the Dark Calling to hand. We're going to see what he does next for us. We are going to see a tribute of 3 cards to bring out his Plasma. So that Plasma on the field is going to be negating all of Noah's monster's effects. And then there is the Dark Calling. Now Dark Calling is going to banish here. He's going to banish the Escuardo and the Adusted Gold from Grave to special summon that Malicious Bane. So Malicious Bane can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So hopefully that can prove fruitful, as well as the Plasma negating all of his monster's effects. Now, because D-Force is on the field, there are some effects with that. So Zarek cannot draw during the draw phase, so he's kind of stuck into what he has already. I'm not sure what he has in hand. Noah cannot target cards Zarek controls with card effects. And Destiny Hero Plasma gains 100 attack for each of the monsters in the graveyard, and cannot be destroyed by any of Noah's card effects. And he's also able to make a second attack during the battle phase, I believe. So So we just kind of explain that to him here. That way he understands what all of the things do. It does have 3 different effects while the plasma is on the field. We'll have to see how many cards in his grave there are, or how many monsters I should say are in the grave, to see how much it's boosted up by. Because plasma can also steal monsters and gain that attack as well, so it can get pretty beastly if there's not a stop put to it. But I do enjoy it, I just don't like the fact that you can't draw during the draw phase because of that. So once you build this board and you have that D-Force on the field, it's kind of have to be the end-all be-all there and hope that it's enough to beat your opponent. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have a start off with the Swordsoul Emergence, but there's going to be a chain to that with the Forbidden Droplet sending that Emergence to the grave. I really like that, I love that play. I think Droplets is broken that it can send that kind of stuff, but isn't going to negate the Plasma effect. So Swordsoul Emergence is going to go through here. We'll see what he's going to add. He's going to have to go for a lot of damage here just to end the entire game, I'm guessing, just because we can't have that plasma on the field for later on. Looks like he's going to add the Long Wand, and he's going to special summon that Ecclesia, the Incredible Ecclesia, the Virtuous, because Noah controls more monsters. And then we're going to see the activation of the Pot of Desires. So he's going to go ahead and banish 10 here, and it'd be nice to have an Ash Blossom for yourself, that way you can make him lose those 10 for no reason. But he'll banish for cost here, get his 10, and it looks like it's going to go through. So no Ash Blossom or any kind of effect negation on Zarek's side, unfortunately. Alrighty, let's see what is going to be happening next here. Take a look through the grave. Not much in there just yet. Alright, we're going to see an activation of the Ecclesia effect tributing itself. That's going to special summon either a Swordsoul monster from the deck. It looks like it's going to be the Moye. So Moye's effect is going to reveal. We already know he has that Long Wand in the hand, so he'll reveal that, getting himself a token. Are we going to see a Synchro Summon right away this time? Let's take a look. Make sure you're answering that question of the day. What is your favorite Synchro monster now we're getting towards the end of the duel? We can actually see that on the screen, answer that question, and be entered into our July giveaway that'll be announced on August 1st. The winner of that will be winning some packs from the most recent set, or the closest set to the end of July, I should say. And we are going to be doing this every month, so make sure you are subscribed. That way you can be entered in once you answer those questions of the day. Alright, so it looks like we're going to see a Synchro Summon with that Moye and the token into the Berserker. Alright, we are going to see an activation of the Long Wand, sending the Moye to special summon the Long Wand and get himself a token. And we're going to see a second Synchro Summon. Let's see what he goes into here. So he's going into the Chang Ying. Now Chang Ying's going to be gaining attack for every banished card on both sides of the field, and we know that both of them have been banishing. So we have 10 cards banished from the Pot of Desires, as well as the 4 banished on Zarek's side, gaining 1400 attack on the Chang Ying, and then all of Zarek's monsters are losing that 1400. And because the plasma was already negated because of the droplets, it was already halved, so now he's down to 0 attack on that plasma, so that is not good. So we are going to see an enter into battle phase here. Now the thing is, so the Bane can't be destroyed by battle, and never actually got negated. And so he can't use the second effect. I think he's just realizing this now. So he's going to actually go ahead and attack into the Plasma. So Plasma is at 0, while the Berserker's at 3000. So Plasma is going to be destroyed, taking some decent damage there. And then Berserker's effect is going to allow him to gain the attack of the Plasma, up that 19, to attack into the Bane, which is down that 1400, to bring him down to 500 attack. So he's got that going on for us, just so we know what's going on. They're kind of explaining which one he's attacking with which. He does have to destroy the Plasma first before he gets that second attack. So we'll attack into the Plasma first and then attack into the Bane second. Just so we have an understanding of what's going on there. And then Shanging is up that 1400 attack, and he can finally finish it off by attacking into that Bane. And that right there is the end of the match, with Noah winning 2-0 over Zarek. But if you did enjoy today's live duel, folks, make sure to hit that like button down below, because all your support is greatly appreciated. If you have not already, make sure to comment down below the answer of today's question of the day, which is, what is your favorite Synchro Monster? Answering that question, as well as being subscribed to the channel, will gain entry into the July giveaway, so you can win some free packs, and the winner of that will be announced on August 1st. But that is all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell on the way out the door, because all your support is greatly appreciated. But until next time, guys, this is Nate from the Script Academy, signing out for now. Peace out!